Track Wrestling with Doc Kelly, head wrestling coach at Lourdes and winner of the Medal of Courage from the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. How did you find wrestling initially?
Initially came from friends who pushed me to go out for wrestling on a dare. And I went out for wrestling and fell in love with the sport and loved the fact that I could control my own destiny. And the more hard work I put into it, the more rewards I could reap out of it. And the rest is history.
You know, people use that term, you know, working through a disability. What does that mean to you when someone's disability? Is that even a word that crosses your mind?
Not even a word that crosses my mind. I take it to my own team, teams I've coached my entire career, and tell them, you know, there's no such thing as a disability. Life is all about making the most of what you have, not what you don't have. So you take the skill set, the tools, the body parts, whatever it is that you have, and you find a way to be successful with what you have.
How were you able to overcome those perceived disabilities?
That's, you know what, I attribute a lot to my family. They didn't make things easy for me. They didn't make excuses. They didn't allow me to make excuses. And they preached to me from birth up till now, find a way to be successful. There's a way, there's a path to do it. You have to be mentally tough to find it. And when you find it, pursue it until you get success. And that's my motto, what I live by. Find a way. There's a way.
Do you appreciate guys like Kyle Maynard and Anthony Robles who've done it and kind of been in your path?
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, brings a smile to my face, warms my heart, because they are other proven examples that there is a way, that there are no excuses that are acceptable to being successful. Just find a way to make it happen, and it can happen. Hats off to those guys too for all they've accomplished.
When did you know you wanted to be in coaching?
You know what, as I competed in college, I thought I don't want my career to ever end. I love this sport. It's given me so much internally, done so much for me. I've met, you know, brothers, sisters for life through this sport, and I thought, how can I give back? And giving back is through coaching. You know, I always say my career has never ended. I'm living vicariously through the kids that I coach every year. So, you know, I've been wrestling my whole life now.
What wrestlers inspired you growing up?
You know, Kenny Monday was the first wrestler that I saw wrestling on TV, and I thought, who is this guy? He's just fast, he's strong. So Kenny Monday, and then there's Kurt Howell. Kurt Howell was the one who impacted me personally at a wrestling camp. He was when he wrestled at Clemson. He was tough, All-American, and you know, he came and he said to me, he said, Doc, you're the biggest obstacle. If you ever will become mentally tougher and focus on what you have, you can be a successful wrestler. So I have to give kudos to Kurt Howell. And then one other one is Donnell Rawls, the All-American at Appalachian State. Coached me when I was at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. He taught me what work ethic was, that if you can outwork anybody in the country, don't worry about the skill level and talent God gave you, you can outwork. And that's what I took from him.
Do you like the national duels?
Oh, love it. First time here. We're glad to be here. Plan on coming back.
Why is the dual meet concept important to you?
I think it's important, one, to expose your kids to wrestling the best kids in the country, but also, you know, I'm an old timer. I think the dual meets matter. And when you line up 10 against 10 and wrestle to see who the best guys are, match after match, day after day, this to me is what wrestling is all about. When you bring your team, and even though wrestling is an individual sport, to prove that you need your team in order to be successful. And the guys have to go out and wrestle not only for themselves, but for their teammates. And so when we got the opportunity to come, absolutely, that's why we're here.
And NAIA is growing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, busting out the seams. This is, you know, I was at Division II for 16 years. Being in NAIA, I have a different perspective coaching at an NAIA institution now. Obviously being in the state of Ohio is a different breed than coming from the South, but you know, the wrestling is tough. I mean, we're coaching for our lives, so I'm impressed with the way NAIA is growing, both on the men's and the women's side, and our national tournaments are equally as competitive as I was when I was at Division II down in South Carolina. So I'm in a great place. I'm loving life.
What do you notice is the biggest difference between the two divisions, Division II and NAIA?
You know what? There's not much difference in my mind at all. So because I haven't changed anything that we do, coaching-wise, practice-wise, and here at NAIA, I'm actually getting better quality athletes being in Ohio. So there's no difference. We compete against Division II programs, Division I programs. You know, so there's no difference in my mind. So to me, it's a mindset of the kids that you recruit. And if they think they're capable of wrestling at Division II, Division III, Division I, you know, it doesn't matter to us. We just want competitors in the room.
Would you like to see more African Americans get into college coaching?
You know, I would, and the opportunities are out there, and it takes persistence. You know, there are many jobs that I applied for, didn't get, but you know, you just have to keep knocking until the door opens. I think wrestling is a sport that goes beyond race, goes beyond gender, and then it's the ability to connect with the kids. And so, you know, my guys, you know, I don't think they see race. I don't see it. This is all about why we do what we do. We all love wrestling. That's why we're here. That's why we do it. But I would love to see the opportunity for the African Americans to get involved and to give back, because it's given to the wrestling is given to the African American community, and I think that it's still an area that is still untapped, that we can get young people, young African American men and women involved in the sport at a younger age and increase that pool of volume of wrestlers at the collegiate level.
Doc Kelly, thanks for the time. All the best.
Thank you.